They didn't make it. They went through all that for nothing. What's going on? My name is Marcus Obiata. I was a former combat engineer in the 101st Airborne, and today we're going to be reacting to Air Assault School. I went to Air Assault School back in 2014 as a private, so let's see if this brings any memories by reacting to an Air Assault video. Let's do it.
Good job.
First memory activated, running and screaming.
This is day 0.
Ouch.
A physically and mentally grueling test.
Yeah.
It's the first challenge that students at the Sabalowski Air Assault School must overcome
Air Assault!
before beginning what's known as the Army's 10 toughest days.
Yes.
Day 0 is kind of the gut check day. That's the first moment where we filter out who is prepared to be here and who wants to be here.
Who wants to be here? Because a lot of the times at Fort Campbell and the 101st Airborne, they just send everybody whether or not you want to be there.
Students at the Air Assault School, located inside the Fort Campbell Army installation, train to insert themselves.
Fort Campbell does have the Air Assault School. However, a lot of the Air Assault instructors have a mobile team that go out to West Point, Hawaii, Texas. They go everywhere so that people can be Air Assault qualified all over the military.
And equipment into combat using helicopters.
An Air Assault graduate is prepared to fight and win on any future battlefield.
Yep.
But if students don't pass day 0, their time at Air Assault School is over before it officially begins.
That's embarrassing.
Roster 4, Staff Sergeant Cobb, 2nd Brigade. 6-0, Sergeant Quintos.
The day starts before sunrise.
Super early.
When students form up to receive their roster numbers.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go.
About 9,500 students enroll in Air Assault School every year, but only a little more than half end up graduating from the course. Insider followed 2 students to find out if they have.
That was a chief warrant officer. What are you doing in Air Assault School? Shouldn't you be shamming somewhere?
What it takes to survive day 0 and move on to day 1 of Air Assault School.
It doesn't matter what your rank is, everybody has to go to Air Assault School.
My name is Megan Anderson Miller. I'm a military police officer.
Yep.
It's a requirement for us here at Fort Campbell to have air assault wings before we can take command of a platoon. But
I'm assuming it's the same in the 82nd Airborne, at Fort Campbell, and the 101st Airborne. If you don't have your air assault wings, they kind of look at you like, why don't you have your wings?
not only that, I'm motivated and I like the physical endurance.
I'm CW4 RJ McCurdy. I'm the Brigade Master Gunner for the Aviation Brigade here.
Okay.
So I'm 40, and I'm venturing to say, looking at the ranks of everyone around here, I'm probably the oldest one here. I wanted to come out to the Air Assault course to improve my skill set as a helicopter pilot.
When I was in Air Assault School, we had a ton of helicopter pilots because it's the Air Assault Division. We have a ton of helicopter pilots in the 101st.
All right, Air Assault, next items. 1 quart canteen with stencil tape affixed.
The students' first test is an early morning inspection of their gear.
Headlamp with fresh batteries installed. Execute.
Here we
They're
go.
given a list of 37 items they're expected to have in their rucksacks.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They literally tell you before Air Assault School, bring all of these items to Air Assault School and display it in the way we want it, and they show you how to do it. You should not be failing this.
7, good.
If one single item is missing, they're automatically dropped.
It relates directly to what soldiers do in combat. If you're assigned a certain item of equipment that you need to carry and you don't have it, that's an operational failure for the entire unit.
17 students from this.
Okay, I understand the private all the way on the left, but the staff sergeant and the deployed soldiers, how are you failing? See, look at the air assault instructor. He's even like, what are you doing?
Group were missing at least one item from their packing list.
If there are privates outdoing staff sergeants and packing lists, that's embarrassing.
And were dropped.
I'm sorry.
The next test is a 2-mile run with an 18-minute time limit.
Yep.
17 minutes! You got 1 minute! 7!
You should not be failing this.
59! 18 minutes!
8 students from this group failed to cross the finish line on time. Those who passed moved on without them.
Yep.
But they don't have much time to rest before their next event.
Obstacle course.
The obstacle course.
Right into it.
With 9 events designed to test students' strength, agility, and confidence.
When it comes to this obstacle, the only thing that can touch these beams is your hands.
Instructors demonstrate how to negotiate each obstacle
You cannot use any of the vertical beams to assist you.
and show students what they can and cannot do on the course.
Air assault. We know it's warm.
Before going to air assault school, typically you have had practice before air assault school. Even at Fort Campbell, the Air Assault Academy, they let you use their obstacle course. Like, you can literally rent out the obstacle course. If you have a bunch of privates or whoever who want to go to air assault school, you can practice. So I bet we're still going to see people fail even though they've had practice.
Stay loose, stay hydrated, be smart, be aware. Everyone's a safety, look out for each other.
Yeah, look out.
2 of these obstacles are major obstacles, and students must pass both in order to complete Day 0.
Oof.
First up is the aptly named Tough One.
Yeah.
Air assault on the left, go ahead.
It starts with a 3-meter rope climb, and then tests balance, along with upper
It's not that
and
hard.
lower body strength at a height
The reason why this obstacle is difficult is because when you do climb up the ropes at the beginning, sometimes the ropes are a little frailed. Also, if you do this in the winter, it can be extremely tough because your hands are tight.
of over 30 feet.
Ooh, 30 feet.
Students wait in line with their backs to the obstacle, so they don't get a chance to observe other students'
Meanwhile, all those guys on the left are watching the obstacle.
attempts.
I don't think a lot of people can climb the rope, so I would say that one would be their toughest one.
So over the past 2 months, if there was a rope, I go find it and I practice on it.
That's where the warrant officer's been, climbing ropes.
I felt good going up it, but it was also a little bit of dumb luck that it was my very first thing where I had all my strength on my side.
I would promote others to work on their upper body strength to
Yes.
kind of be able to do that one to its fullest.
The second major obstacle is the 35-foot tall confidence
This
climb.
one's hard if you're short.
Students must climb up 10 wooden beams. As they ascend, the distance between each beam subtly increases
Oh no.
before they climb over and begin their descent down the other side.
Use that black beam and then try to get that leg to swing over the top. They have those vertical beams on the side to hang on to. It makes it very easy to actually just climb onto the next one. But
Yeah.
a lot of people, you could even see taller people.
It's intimidating because the beams get spread apart further and further the higher up you go. And, you know, when you're high up there and everyone's pointing and laughing at you, you're like, oh, crap.
Out. You think could just reach up, grab it, pull themselves to the next one, but they're scared of the height and they let it get to them mentally.
Yeah.
There you go.
At this point in the day, the heat index had risen to 105 degrees, and it started to affect some of the students.
He's teetering that line.
A medic gave this student a packet of powdered electrolytes to mix with the water inside his canteen
Those things are gross alongside a military-issued canteen.
to increase hydration.
I like heights. I like being up high. So just being able to look beyond, and I just kind of suppress the fear, I guess. I don't really fear it though. I enjoy it.
Nice.
My height definitely helped. Like I said, I'm 6'3".
Yeah,
Up
look how
that
this
high,
guy's tall.
it was challenging, which is funny because I'm scared of heights being a pilot. But once you got over that top rung, on the way down, it felt good.
Nice.
Obstacles like the confidence climb and tough one prepare students for what comes later
This
in
is true.
air assault training.
It builds their confidence at high elevation, so when it comes to phase 3, it's easier for them to rappel off of the tower, as well as when we get aircraft, they're a lot less scared and they're more confident in their ability to hold on to something if they need to, or climb down something if they need to.
With the 2 major obstacles out of the way, 7 minor obstacles are all that stand between these students and the end of Day
Let's
0.
go.
But if they fail 2 of these obstacles, they're out.
All right, get your legs up
Upper
and over.
body strength is key when it comes to navigating the incline wall,
Again, if you're short, a lot of these ones can suck.
which can be
See?
challenging for some students.
Get your leg
But
up
Miller
and over.
conquered it with ease,
There you go.
as did McCurdy. In the
There you
low
go.
crawl, Students keep a low profile to avoid touching the
There's a lot of non-combat jobs who go to air assault school, so low crawling for them can be like a really big deal. But as a combat engineer, or if you're infantry or anybody else who's a combat job, this is like really easy.
barbed wire above them.
Air assault!
Flexibility is put to the test with the high step over,
This one's easy.
where they swing their legs over 10 horizontal beams of varying heights off the
You
ground.
can hop over it.
Air assault!
On the 6 vault, students can only use their hands to vault themselves over the wooden beams. But for some students,
Oh, what are you
it's
doing?
not so easy.
That sucks.
I feel like I have really good upper body strength, and it kind of compensates for other things. Only thing that is a challenge for me, the belly over. That's
Yeah,
the only
that one's
thing.
hard. That one's hard. Yep.
The low belly over requires students to jump onto a horizontal beam, use their stomach
Okay, no matter what on this one, you're going to get hurt. Even, like, this guy's going to make it. So pretty much you flip over, and when you flip over, you're going to bust your ass or land on your ankles really hard. Or if you don't jump high enough, you're just going to run your ribs right into that log, and I'm sure we'll see that.
to catch themselves
Yep.
and swing their legs forward onto the other side.
Boom.
For people who are vertically challenged, I would say the low belly over is one of the biggest ones for them. You're looking at it and it's already at their eye level, and you gotta jump high enough to where it reaches under your rib cage to
Yeah.
be able to flip over.
You got to jump. You got to jump
Miller
high.
was struggling.
I think it's just not pushing myself hard enough. I think I could push myself harder. I've seen people smaller than me go over it.
Students who fail their first attempt at an obstacle are given one more chance to complete
There's no grip on that log either. It's super smooth. You can see there's been thousands of soldiers who flipped over that thing.
it.
All right, Air, so you just can't miss another minor, all right?
This was Miller's first failed obstacle,
Uh-oh.
which means she'll have no room for error on the rest of the course. McCurdy was also having trouble with a minor
This
obstacle.
one sucks.
On the swing stop jump, students must swing from a rope onto a wooden beam,
Perfect.
using their core and upper body strength to establish balance.
Certainly would have helped to have a
It's
little
hard.
bit more upper body strength to get up that rope a little bit more. I would say at
Everyone's watching you. Look at all of them smirking back there.
that point on the obstacle course that I was,
They would love nothing more than a Warrant Officer 4 to fail that.
not necessarily burn out, but I was feeling it, especially with that older age. I actually passed it multiple times in my practice sessions, and I couldn't get up on that rung.
That
This
sucks.
was McCurdy's first failure, which meant that both he and Miller could not afford to fail the final obstacle,
Uh-oh.
known as the Weaver.
This one sucks.
After the rope swing, my spirit was hurt because I knew I was gonna be climbing up Mount Everest looking up at that Weaver.
As its name implies, students navigate the Weaver by dipping over and under a series
Yeah.
of ascending and descending wooden beams.
And you're going to get bruised up no matter what because you're going up and over wood beams, and it sucks. You can also get really disoriented.
It's pretty physically exhausting, and it'll leave some bruises if done properly.
Yeah.
But Miller handled it with ease.
I don't know what it is. I just tell myself, okay, just like when I was a kid, let's go play on the playground. And I get it done. It just happens.
Nice. There you go. There you go.
McCurdy, on the other hand,
Uh-oh.
Leading into this obstacle course, the only one that I didn't want to do was the Weaver. Something that everyone has told me about, that it does take a lot of strength, a lot of technique, and you're gonna get
You can take your time also. They're not like rushing you.
bruised. I was unsure as to whether or not I can do it, but I kept pushing.
Nice.
It was a really good feeling getting off that damn thing.
by completing the Weaver, both McCurdy and Miller conquered the obstacle course
And you get to eat an MRE after you're done with the obstacle course.
and could finally catch their breath.
Overall, I thought it was a fun course. It was very challenging.
Even chief warrant officers have to eat MREs sometimes.
I'm happy that I don't have to do it again, though.
Feels good. Feels like a refresher. It's good to see everybody smiling and kind of build that camaraderie between all of us.
Nice.
250 of the 292 students who arrived at
Wow.
the Sabalowski Air Assault School survived day 0. They're given the rest of the day to refuel, and rest,
There you go.
because they'll need their strength before the Army's 10 toughest days
Heck yeah.
officially begin.
All right. Both Miller and McCurdy were dropped on the final day of training after failing to complete. They failed. They didn't make it. They went through all that for nothing. Oh my. They didn't make it. That sucks. I hope they went back and did it again, but that, I'm sorry. That sucks. All right, well, as you can see, anybody can fail air assault school. Hope you enjoyed the reacts video. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to. Please subscribe to my YouTube, like the video, and I'll see you guys later.